Hello and welcome to another episode of Blue Alpine TV. In today's episode, we will quickly look at Bitcoin's price. We will talk about the first bank in the world that allows direct investments into cryptocurrency. And we'll talk about Rakuten, a huge e-commerce store from Japan that launches its own cryptocurrency. So let's jump right into the Bitcoin price action. So as you can see here, we have the 4-hour chart here. And like I always say, I'm by no means a technical trader and a technical analyst. So our expertise is in fundamental analysis, but sometimes we dabble a bit in technical analysis as well. And we draw this small line here, support line here. And we think that if Bitcoin crosses this 11,000 line, and it has crossed 11,000 today once, and if it keeps crossing this line and doesn't come back up, there is a very good chance that this will continue to go up down the road. Now currently it's close to getting to 11,000, and I think we will have to watch and observe the next few hours and even days to see where we're going. Other than this, I don't think the volume is generally quite healthy. If I can move this here, the volume is normal, quite healthy, nothing special here, nothing also big happening here as well. So I would like to see this go up a little bit more before we really call this a huge bull run. But so let me close these things quickly. But other than that, I think this is generally a very good sign that we're going towards the right direction. Now let's jump right into this first important, very, very important and exciting news story. So Bank Frick, a family-owned bank from Liechtenstein, is actually the first financial institution in the world, they are saying in Liechtenstein, but actually also in the world, that allows direct investments into cryptocurrencies. Now, they're currently supporting 5 cryptocurrencies, so it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash. And what is special about it, and I really, really like this, is that they are treating this not as kind of an alien product, but more of a very a matured financial product. And this is exactly what I would like to see. So yeah, as I've mentioned, you can buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and yeah, these are the 5 ones. And you can buy them using euros, US dollars, or Swiss francs. The trading will take place once a day, so it's not live trading as we are used from the cryptocurrency exchanges. But that's actually not big of a problem, because throughout the day, if you're getting an average price, it shouldn't be much of an issue unless you're going into this crazy jump or crazy drop in price. Now, as I've mentioned, what is a bit special with this thing, besides it being a proper bank allowing proper cryptocurrency investments, is that they are actually offering cold storage wallets for the people that buy cryptocurrencies through the bank. So they're saying cold storage wallets are physically separated from the internet, and they therefore cannot be externally hacked. The wallets and their backup copies are held securely on a geo-redundant basis. That basically means that the general risk that we're kind of used from cryptocurrency exchanges is kind of gone here. Now, as you know, when you want to put your money into a safe place, you generally go to a bank, because banks have safes and all security measures in general to keep it in a safe store. Now, this is also actually done by Bank Frick for these cryptocurrencies, which is really cool. So again, they have invested into understanding the technology and actually invested into cold storage wallets to really say, okay, if someone is investing through us or through us into cryptocurrencies, then we will actually take care of their finances like a bank is supposed to do. Now, what is a bit special in this case is, like I've mentioned, it is a family-run Liechtensteiner bank, and it's not that big. It's actually quite a small bank. However, it's the first bank, I think, in the world that does this, and that's pretty cool. Now, they're saying clients can only invest in cryptocurrencies once they have been fully identified and verified. The verification and identification process also involves checking the origin of the money used to invest in them. Now, this is kind of to be expected. A bank, especially from Liechtenstein, from Switzerland, etc., has to obey the money laundering laws and has to verify their customers. And this is exactly what they're doing. Now, as you know, cryptocurrency generally has quite a bad reputation. It's mentioned in combination with scams and bubbles and all of these things. But if a bank is taking an extra measure and saying, well, look, you can invest this money as long as you're not trying to money launder this, and as long as it's coming from legal and proper sources, it's not an issue, then we will actually support you in buying and then storing your cryptocurrencies. And I think this is a very, very good sign. I would love to see other banks do this as well. I think we will slowly but surely start seeing this. This is the first bank, yes, but I think a lot of other banks will follow, because in the end, banks will react to the demand of the users. And if there is demand, the banks will actually have to adapt to it. And in the end, the market decides the demand. They're saying our services are in demand from companies across the whole of Europe. This is because they know that we can offer them reliable support in implementing their business models with cryptocurrencies and blockchains in line with the existing regulatory framework. We aim to place crypto banking on at least the same level of quality as traditional banking, which is pretty commendable. With these direct investments, intermediaries and their clients can easily get to know a new, exciting universe and diversify their portfolios. Investments in cryptocurrencies are highly speculative, and so they should form only a small part of a portfolio. Now, as you might know already, we here at Blue Alpine Research say the exact same thing. We say that cryptocurrency should be part of every portfolio of every good investor. It shouldn't take a large part. Now, if you're younger or more risk tolerant, then you can increase that portion of your portfolio. But if you're more risk averse, you would rather go with a smaller part of your portfolio with cryptocurrencies. Now, again, which cryptocurrencies should you buy? That is where we come into play. You sign up on bluealpineresearch.com. And if you're actually unsure, just sign up on bluealpineresearch.com/free-report and check out one of our cryptocurrency reports to really understand how we do research and really make your own decision on which ones you would pick here. But here, I think if you go with the big three, basically with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, I think you're set up in a pretty good way to get started with this. And if you're in Liechtenstein, close to Liechtenstein, maybe Switzerland, give this a try. I would actually love to try this, and maybe we will, and then we can report back on how the experience went. Next up, Japanese giant and Amazon rival Rakuten announces the Rakuten coin. So one of the biggest e-commerce stores in Japan and the equivalent of Amazon from Japan, called Rakuten, is getting interested into launching their own cryptocurrency. So the Rakuten token will be using the blockchain technology and will allow customers to purchase items on the platform directly with the currency. Now, multiple things that we need to discuss here. So first of all, if you're an e-commerce store and if you're launching your own currency, or let's take one step back. If launching your own currency is an option, then of course you will go that option. Now, until cryptocurrencies have come out, digital currencies or currencies that are platform specific were not really widely adopted, mainly because you could literally only use them specifically on that platform. Now, with Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and all of these platforms and currencies coming up, there is actually a chance that you will be able to use the same type of currency at a Starbucks that you will be able to use at an Amazon, at Rakuten, or at any kind of online store. Now, Rakuten takes this one step further and actually launches their own coin. Why would they do that? Simply in order to control the flow, the price, and all of these things. Now, imagine if you're a central bank, you control more or less the entire economy of a state. And this is not any different if you're a company and you bring out your own cryptocurrency or own coin. You essentially control the money flow, you essentially control the price equivalent of that token, and all of these things. And of course, if you're Rakuten, you actually want to control this exact flow, because first of all, in the end, any kind of coin that you give out and that is being spent on with real money on your platform will be good for Rakuten. Now, what exactly they're planning to do with their own cryptocurrency and why they haven't gone with a popular cryptocurrency, let's say Litecoin or Bitcoin, or maybe even build this whole platform on Ethereum, this is not mentioned in the piece. It also says he did not communicate a date for its launch, but explained that one of the big objectives of this new token is to reach a large number of international customers and bring them to the e-commerce platform. Now, if you're in Japan, you deal with Japanese yen. Now, I have never seen or touched Japanese yen in my life. That's not because I'm not interested. It's just because I've never come across that product or that currency. And unless you would go directly to Japan and had a very specific use case for the Japanese yen, you would never really touch it. So this is an area where, for example, Rakuten would lose in terms of currency exchange, because I will, let's say, pay with my credit card in US dollars or in Swiss francs. It will then get converted by a credit card company. They will get their fees, the bank will get their fees, and only at the end, the rest portion Rakuten will get. Now, if I would have bought, or if I would have Rakuten coins because I've used them on a different platform that Rakuten owns, then actually Rakuten controls the entire flow of money coming in and out of the platform. And this is exactly what they're going for. Now, the article also argues for another very interesting point, and I absolutely agree. If a company like Amazon starts accepting cryptocurrencies as payment, or even creating a coin of its own for purchases on its platform, this could mark a historic turn in cryptocurrency history. A company like Amazon creating its own token would push other firms to create one as well. Now, obviously, we could imagine a future where multiple companies have multiple cryptocurrencies, and you deal with these cryptocurrencies specifically on the platform. You use on Rakuten's platform, you use a Rakuten coin. On Amazon, you use Amazon coin, Starbucks coin, all of these things. This could, of course, be one of the models that could work. It could also be that one of those cryptocurrencies that we have, that we write reports on, will make it really, really big and will be implemented by platforms like Amazon, like Starbucks, like Microsoft, and all of these things. And we will have one currency that will be the base currency of them all. This is also why people talk a lot about Bitcoin being the gold standard, because if Bitcoin is the equivalent, and if every altcoin you will use, and in the end an Amazon coin or a Rakuten coin is an altcoin, you will have to exchange it with Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is that stable currency in our world economy, then so be it. This could also be one of the models that could work. Nonetheless, I think this is actually really, really interesting. So if Rakuten starts with their Rakuten coin, although I would have wished that they would have gone with a popular coin and would have implemented an already existing one, this is also really interesting. And I mean, just by the sheer size, if a WeChat, if a Rakuten, if an Amazon, if any kind of huge platform, even Facebook, launches a type of cryptocurrency, this will have huge impact on the whole economy. Of course, certain coins will then lose their value, because this is exactly why they have been created, for example. But other coins will get even stronger because of this case. And that's why I think this is a big deal that Rakuten is launching their own Rakuten coin. And with that, guys, I'm already at the end of today's episode. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment if you have any questions or requests below, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.